I didn't know, but he told me about it. So I went in there and I said, hey, either I want to be an AG or I'm not going to join. And fortunately, I scored high enough on the ASVAB and all the prerequisites needed to be an AG, and they were like, okay, we got you. And then I was out.
So I want to come back to that for sure, but I kind of remembered something as you were telling me that story. If I remember correctly, you grew up in a household that was open to like having like foster children
Oh, yes.
or giving opportunities to kids that maybe didn't have opportunities other places, right?
Mm-hmm. 100%.
What was that like for you as a young person growing up? Because I will tell you now that I'm a high school teacher in the world, in the civilian sector, it's incredible, bro. The amount of kids that are going through all kinds of things in their teenage years. Like, it's heartbreaking. It's super heartbreaking, right? And I hear a lot about that because I talk to them, right? And I have no control. I have nothing I can do. I can just listen and tell them that I'm there for them. But you growing up in that space, what do you remember kind of about that? And how do you think that shaped you as you grew up into the man that you are now?
It's definitely a huge impact. So my mom started taking in foster children when I was 16 years old. So I was definitely in high school. I was already like older. So it was definitely towards the end of my time at the house. The first two foster kids we took in were Romeo and Natasha. They ended up being adopted and become my brother and sister. And then after that, my mom kept taking the kids. And my mom is a saint for every meaning of that word. She took teenage boys. That is the only kids she took, because teenage boys are very hard to place a lot of times in foster care. So she took teenage boys that were end of the road kids. And she took kids that it was her house or group home or juvie. Those were the steps. Like after her, there was not a lot of places in the system that the kids could go. She graduated 85% of those teenagers.
It's awesome, man.
She did foster care for like 20 years, 22 years. At one point, I think she won the Foster Parent of the Year award. Like, she is a saint. And so she was a professional mom. That's what her job was. So seeing her impact on kids, like, it was something that's definitely like helping people out. It was ingrained in me very early on. Just be helpful. And so it was amazing what she did with those kids, because she had kids come to the house that, I mean, as someone who's probably a leader of young men and women in high school, you hear horror stories. You hear how bad it can be. And she heard the worst of the worst. That's something that I heard because as the oldest brother in the house, people would share things with me. And so at a very young age, I was dealing with some pretty heavy situations that actually really helped develop me into the young man and then older man that I've become over time, because you just learn how to navigate hard times for people in a way that's like compassionate and honest. And you can just kind of like, hey, either I can't help you right now, but I can maybe get you some resources that can, because you also learn when you can't fix it. There are times when you can't fix it, but you can help them get to somebody that can. So that really, I learned that very young. It definitely resonated with me a lot. That's kind of why I work with kids now, because I just enjoy helping.
I get it, man. And it is amazing the resources that are available for the kids and what we can do, especially when we know, or a lot of them are already getting the help. And I'm thankful for that. And I just remember it was such a breath of fresh air when I got out of the service, because I kind of went from babysitting a bunch of supposed to be adults that were like complaining about cleaning their barracks room and stuff like that. And then I get out to the civilian world, and these kids are so fired up, so motivated, so inspired, and they're going home to some tough times.